G'day Marcus and Giselle. Cool, so I'll keep an eye on that guys as we go, but there's a lot to talk about today. So before I jump into it, for all you Australians out there, just a reminder about our national tour. I know a lot of people are going on their break now, Christmas and New Year's Eve, so on the 4th of January is our first meet up in Perth, then we go to Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane and the Gold Coast. So guys, we've got venues sorted for every location now, I think, and there's individual events in the Crypto Australia page, so you can let us know if you're attending or not. We're still looking for accommodation, so if you've got somewhere to stay, or you know of someone that's got a cheap Airbnb or a hotel nearby, the venues for each of these locations, please post in those individual events in each city that we've got on the Crypto Australia page under that events tab. Ben Simpson, my friend, fellow employee at Nuggets News, he's organising all that and he's been fantastic. So get in touch with him, guys. I can't wait to meet you guys when we do this national tour, and bring along your friends, bring along people that aren't even into crypto yet but are interested in it. We'll do a live Q&A. I'll take all questions. We'll talk about crypto as much as you want, so I'm really looking forward to that. So we've got a few tuning in now, guys, so let's dive into the news. So today in Australia we read a little bit about Coinbase were having some issues with their Aussie dollar deposits. They put out a statement saying there's going to be temporary with on hold or whatnot. So we've seen this in the past. This is what I wanted to say. So a lot of you guys weren't around back in 2014 when 13 of the country's 17 Bitcoin exchanges had all their bank accounts closed, and the banks just decided, hey, we are not doing business with you cryptocurrency exchanges. So obviously a lot of you guys weren't in this space back in 14 when this happened, but I remember this clearly and it was very frustrating. And look, I'm not sure if this was a one-off. I had heard that Living Room Satoshi had some delays as well today. So two of my favorite exchanges, but obviously in the future we're really looking forward to moving to decentralized exchanges. I think the next news article I want to talk about is Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash and Coinbase and how that all played up. So it is frustrating, but keep in mind, guys, all this is going to be a thing of the past once we have off-chain atomic swaps, Lightning networks, decentralized exchanges, the next generation. And that's why the banks are scared. Obviously because of cryptocurrency, they don't want to see their money flowing out of their institutions. We know that fractional reserve banking system only requires them to keep a fraction of what you've got on deposit. So if you withdraw everything, that makes them even more insolvent. Okay, so obviously banks don't like you withdrawing money and putting it into cryptocurrency. And one of my top 10 coins. So tomorrow, guys, I will be bringing out my top 10 underrated coins in cryptocurrency, ones that I think are absolute builders for 2018 that are going to deliver fantastic returns. If you followed my work this year, I've covered a couple of dozen projects. I think we're up to 8 or 9 of those now that are up 1,000% since I did my video. So it's been a tremendous year, guys. We've got to be pretty thankful. It's going to get harder and harder to pick those winners. But I've whittled my list down for coins that aren't on a lot of people's radars and that aren't getting spoken about globally. And I'm really looking forward to bringing that to you tomorrow, my top 10 underrated coins. So Bitcoin Cash probes possible insider trading after that sharp rise in price. So here's the daily chart, and we had this huge spike and then this run up equilibrium pattern, and it's sort of trading around a bit over $1,000 here, and then it gets this big spike and this huge spike in the days before the actual news broke. So it is a little bit sus, and then obviously this is an unregulated space. It's the Wild West, but it's not a good look for Coinbase. It's the number one exchange in the world, the most trusted exchange. I've got a lot of respect for Brian Armstrong. I did tweet him saying I was disappointed about how this played out, because he is a leading figure in this space and he would not be happy if he knew that insider trading was going on. But the question I want to talk to you about today, guys, is well, someone's just saying they're going to sponsor a hotel for us for Cindy, so thanks for that. Addicted to Oil AU, that'd be awesome. Just hit up Ben Simpson. in your local city page. The thing I want to talk about is Bitcoin Cash here. What is the agendas? I want to know, I'd love to be a fly on the wall about what is getting discussed behind the doors at a few of these different meetings. So the first thing to talk about, if you don't understand how this is all working, is the scaling debate. So Bitcoin has grown so fast, it's so popular. Obviously now it's very expensive to get your transaction included in the next block. It might cost you $5. You know, this used to cost 5 cents, or used to be able to send transactions for free when I first got into crypto a few years ago, because miners didn't even have to collect a fee. They would just get that mining reward for mining that block, and that would pay them. That was enough. They were happy with that. But now they're collecting, you know, all these fees in each block that people are paying $5, $10, $20 or more to be included straight away. So look, those miners are making a lot of money, and that's one thing we have to be aware of. There's a lot of players in this space, huge miners in China, that are financially driven, that don't want to see Lightning Network. They don't want to see off-chain solutions and all these transactions, and you and I be able to pay each other and conduct business without them making money each time. So obviously, you know, that is their agenda. They don't want to see that. So Coinbase and a lot of other exchanges and wallet providers haven't implemented SegWit. Now, SegWit enables, you know, more transactions slightly to be fitted in each block, because that removes the signature, which does take up some room. And so some people say if everyone implemented SegWit straight away, you know, it's only a tiny percentage, maybe 10% or so of transactions are SegWit transactions, and SegWit addresses being used. So if Coinbase and everyone was to start using that, some people say that the memory pool, the backlog of transactions, would be reduced within a day, and we'd all go back to paying cheap transactions. The network would be running faster and smoother. Sure, we would have to still look at other scaling solutions down the track if Bitcoin continues to grow and become this huge world currency, but you know, we have a sort of you can call it a temporary fix if you want, but it would make things a lot better, and people aren't implementing it. So for Coinbase not to implement that, then to go out and, you know, I don't know, I hate saying support Bitcoin Cash. They're not really supporting it, but they're giving people what they're entitled for. But to really let it pump up like this and do it unexpectedly, and you know, Roger Ver's on CNBC today. There's just all this going on. It doesn't quite smell right, guys. You know, I hate seeing stuff like this happen in the crypto space. Obviously, it's a free market. Whatever coin's best will win. But Coinbase had always said, well, we're going to list in the 1st of January. A lot of traders got hurt with margin positions yesterday because all coins were affected. And obviously, any coin, any pair you were trading priced in Bitcoin was affected. Yeah, I don't think that was the right way to go about it. So I'm going to be interested to see if Brian Armstrong and Coinbase put out more comments to clear the air about why this happened, why was it rushed, and all that sort of thing. And I hope you guys understand why there's this pushback of some degree towards Lightning Network, and why miners obviously and the powers that be prefer Bitcoin Cash, because it has bigger blocks, it gets more transaction in each block, miners make more money, all that sort of thing. So a lot of individuals have made a lot of money from mining. Yeah, I'll just take some comments now, guys. Yeah. Feeling sorry for all the people that got margin called. Absolutely. So guys, while I'm taking your questions, I'll just bring up the tour dates again there for everyone. As I said, all those events are in the Crypto Australia Facebook page. Ben Simpson's organising it. He's the admin of each of those events. Please send him a message if you have somewhere for us to stay in each capital city. That would be great. Guys, the next thing I want to talk about now is how long do I think before Lightning Network actually gets implemented? Look, that's another question that is such an interesting thing to talk about, because it's hard for someone to take the reins of Bitcoin and say this is what we're doing, versus people say, well, you know, Ethereum centralized because Vitalik Buterin can make decisions about what we're doing, or Litecoin has got Charlie Lee, who recently sold all his Litecoin to try and be even less sort of financially driven and do what's best for the coin. So it's hard for someone to say, this is what we're doing for Bitcoin. We're doing Lightning Network on this date. We need the community to come together. So it can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. And that's why we don't have a clear answer for all these questions. But we roll with the punches. We take it as we come. I really hope the Bitcoin community can get together and really do what's best for Bitcoin moving forward, because we do need it ASAP. We really do. We need everyone to start upgrading and using SegWit wallets and those exchanges to upgrade to SegWit. So the next thing I want to talk about now, I've got Mike Novogratz coming on the channel tomorrow, who's a billionaire investor, hedge fund manager. He got into Ethereum at $1. He got into Bitcoin a few years ago. He's been a big advocate in the institutional space, saying, guys, this is things real. This isn't, speculative mania. Buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, and I just cannot wait to pick his brain tomorrow, guys. So let me know what questions you would like me to ask, because Mike's a fantastic guy who's a huge believer that this space and Ethereum is just a monster waiting to explode going forward, and that more money is going to flow into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all cryptocurrency next year. He loves a few ICOs. We'll talk about his favorite projects. He's got $1 million hedge fund just for crypto and a project that he's working on. I'm sure he's going to be buying his favorite coins. So Bitcoin Lightning Network set for January 1st, someone's saying. 15% of transactions are roughly using SegWit, so it's pretty low. As you see, not many people are sort of implementing this stuff yet. Litecoin, I think a few people are maybe wary that Charlie Lee sold all of his Litecoin. I still like Litecoin for the long term. Whenever things go up exponentially in price, if you got into Litecoin at $3 and it's gone to 300, my advice is always sell 10%. What's wrong with locking in, a large amount of money that you're happy that you've made? Take some risk off the table. You've never made any money until you've sold some. It's only numbers on a screen. Maybe Bitcoin stakeholders reach their consensus via Horizon State. Yeah. I use Bitfinex for trading, John. As far as Bitcoin Cash is concerned, guys, look, everyone always usually thumbs down and gets angry at you if you ever show the slightest sign of supporting Bitcoin Cash. As an investor, if you got Bitcoin Cash at a 1-to-1 ratio for the Bitcoin you own, I view it as an insurance policy in case something happens. We don't know what stunts the miners in China or Roger Ver can pull, and Christmas and New Year's Eve tends to be light volume, light trading. Look at what they did a few weeks ago on a Sunday, deliberately on a Sunday when it was light trading. They can push the markets around and create more FUD and panic than normal. Who knows what they're going to try and pull over this period of Christmas, New Year's Eve, now that Coinbase has got Bitcoin Cash. Roger Ver's out in mainstream media today talking about it. I'm just viewing that Bitcoin Cash as a bit of an insurance policy, guys. So you'd hate for something to happen and Bitcoin Cash go to $10,000 and they create some FUD and Bitcoin sells off and you've sold a Bitcoin Cash when you had it and you got given it for free. So I don't have any problem with holding it on. More and more countries are going to start mining crypto next year. Japan, Russia, Canada, exactly right. All these. One of the things that Andreas Antonopoulos talks about is building renewable energy plants that have produced a lot of energy and paying them off by mining Bitcoin, which is a fantastic idea and something we could do easily here in Australia with solar. Maybe through Power Ledger as well. Hopefully we get at least a few hundred people at each of these meetups, guys. That's what we've got large venues. Amazon, Ripple rumors. Yeah, look, I think mainstream coins like Dash and Ripple are every chance to get added to Coinbase now that I was hoping for something smaller like Golem Network Token, one of my favorites that was spoken about being added to Coinbase last year. I thought Brian Armstrong might support a little one mainstream coin and one little coin, but after the way that everything's unfolded with Bitcoin Cash, unfortunately, I think that he's going to just support the big ones that the mainstream ones that everyone is hoping for and everyone is expecting. It's already priced in a lot of this now. Have you seen the YouTube video how the banks bought Bitcoin and the Lightning Network? Yeah, look, I know there's money getting on board, guys. That's certainly why I support a lot of other cryptocurrencies as well. More Aussie exchanges opening next year. That's going to be great as well. Guys, I've had a bit of pushback for me covering Australian projects. I always said I'd use the channel to get Australian projects noticed. I'm going to be more selective from what I cover from now on because a lot of people said they didn't like my Bitcar video. Guys, I don't accept money for any of the videos I cover. You guys know that. I get offers of $10,000 and $20,000 from shitcoins to put their ICO on my channel, and I don't do that. Horizon States Australian, yeah. Power Ledger. Kenya had some fantastic news yesterday. Other great coins that had some great announcements today. NEM. So I believe NEM is going to be partnering with WeChat in China. So this is just gone up to $1.10 the last few days and still sitting above $1. So another coin that I covered when it was in the 20-cent range. Another 500%. So well done, guys, that picked up some NEM. That's probably it for today, guys. Big videos tomorrow. Might navigate to interviews, my top 10. I really hope that you guys will share that one around on your favorite groups and chats, websites, forums, because I think I love giving coins that are under the radar and obviously gives you guys the best chance to make huge returns if more people notice that these coins are good and it puts them in the spotlight. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I will talk to you again tomorrow.